just yesterday, and I couldn't wait to embark on my adventure to Mandava, the infamous ghetto in Vishavan. As I sat in our cozy living room surrounded by the familiar comforts of home, my mind wandered to the excitement that lay ahead. My parents, seated across from me, looked concerned. My mother had a hint of worry in her eyes while my father's brow was furrowed in thought. I knew they were hesitant about my decision to visit my uncle Panache in Mandava, but I was determined to make them see things from my perspective. Mum, Dad, I am serious about visiting Uncle Panache in Mandava, I said, my enthusiasm evident in my tone. I know it's not the safest place, but Uncle Panache will take care of me. Besides, I am not a child anymore. I can take care of myself. My parents exchanged a skeptical glance, their faces etched with concern. My father leaned forward, his eyes locked on mine. We understand your curiosity, son, but we need to consider the risks. What if you get caught up in something you can't handle? I took a deep breath, anticipating this reaction. I'll be fine, Mum. I'll stay with Uncle Panache and follow his guidance. And I promise to be careful and stay in touch regularly. My parents looked at each other again, and I could sense their hesitation. Finally, my father nodded. All right, son. But you must promise to be vigilant and follow our rules. No getting involved in any dangerous activities. I grinned, feeling a surge of excitement. I promise, Dad. Thank you, thank you. I exclaimed, relieved that they had finally agreed to let me visit Uncle Panache in Mandava. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm orange glow over our cozy home, I felt a surge of excitement and anticipation. My parents had finally agreed to let me visit my Uncle Panache in Mandava, and I couldn't wait to embark on this adventure. With a spring in my step, I bounded up the stairs to my room, my mind racing with thoughts of the journey ahead. I flung open my wardrobe, revealing a colorful array of shirts, pants, and shorts. I carefully selected a few essentials, folding them neatly into my backpack. A few favorite snacks, my phone charger, and a book for downtime were also added to my packing list. As I packed, my thoughts turned to Uncle Panache, his warm smile, and infectious laughter. I had always been fascinated by his stories of life in Mandava, the vibrant culture and resilience of its people. I couldn't wait to experience it all firsthand. With my packing complete, I took a moment to gaze out the window, watching as the stars began to twinkle in the night sky. I felt a sense of wonder and gratitude, knowing that this journey would be a chance to learn, grow, and create unforgettable memories. As I made my way downstairs, my parents looked up from their evening routine, smiling knowingly. All packed and ready, son? My father asked, his eyes shining with a mix of excitement and concern. I nodded, shouldering my backpack. All set, Dad. Thanks again for letting me do this. My mother stepped forward, enveloping me in a warm hug. We love you, and we'll be thinking of you every step of the way. Stay safe, and don't forget to enjoy every moment. With one final check of my belongings, I bid my parents farewell, and stepped out into the night, the stars shining brightly above me. The journey ahead was full of unknowns, but I was ready to embrace it all with an open heart and mind. I woke up early, feeling refreshed and excited for my adventure. I stretched my arms and yawned, then swung my legs over the side of the bed. After a quick visit to the bathroom, I headed to the shower to start my day with a refreshing bath. As I bathed, I felt the warm water wash away any lingering sleepiness. I scrubbed myself clean, then rinsed off and dried myself with a towel. Next, I changed into a fresh set of clothes, a comfortable pair of jeans and a bright yellow t-shirt. With my clothes on, I headed downstairs to the kitchen to fuel up for my journey. My mother had prepared a hearty breakfast for me: scrambled eggs, toast, and a glass of freshly squeezed orange juice. I ate hungrily, savoring the delicious flavors. With my belly full, I grabbed my backpack and headed out the door to the bus station. The sun was shining brightly, casting a warm glow over the streets. I walked briskly, feeling a sense of anticipation building in my chest. As I approached the station, I could see the bus waiting at the platform. I quickened my pace, my heart beating with excitement. I climbed the steps and boarded the bus, finding a comfortable seat near the window. As the bus pulled out of the station, I felt a sense of thrill. I was finally on my way to Mandava. I gazed out the window, watching as the city gave way to rolling hills and rural landscapes. The bus was filled with a diverse group of passengers, young and old, men and women, all with their own stories to tell. I sat next to a friendly-looking woman who introduced herself as Auntie Maud. We struck up a conversation, chatting about everything from our families to our favorite foods. As we journeyed on, the bus driver turned up the music, a lively mix of traditional and contemporary songs. I tapped my feet along with the beat, feeling the rhythm course through my veins. As we passed through the countryside, I marveled at the beauty of Zimbabwe. The rolling hills, the sparkling rivers, the vibrant markets, all of it was so new and exciting to me. After a few hours of travel, the bus pulled over at a roadside rest stop. I stretched my legs, grabbing a snack from the vendor selling treats outside. As I munched on a delicious samosa, I chatted with Auntie Maud and some of the other passengers. Back on the bus, we continued our journey. I gazed out the window, watching as the landscape changed. We passed through bustling towns and quiet villages, each one with its own unique charm. As the sun began to set, casting a golden glow over the landscape, I felt a sense of wonder and gratitude. This journey was already exceeding my expectations, and I knew that the best was yet to come. As the bus pulled into the station at Mandava, I felt a mix of excitement and trepidation. I had never been to this city before, and I wasn't sure what to expect. I grabbed my backpack and stepped off the bus, gazing around at the bustling streets. As I looked around, I noticed posters plastered on the walls, reading, "Welcome to Mandava," in bold letters. I felt a thrill of excitement, knowing that I had finally arrived in the city I had heard so much about. But then I realized that I didn't see my Uncle Panache anywhere. I looked around, scanning the crowds, but he was nowhere to be found. I felt a pang of worry, wondering if he had forgotten about me. I decided to take a walk around the station, hoping to clear my head and get my bearings. As I walked, I noticed the vibrant markets and stalls, selling everything from fresh fruit to colorful fabrics. I saw people laughing and chatting, going about their daily business. But still no sign of Uncle Panache. I began to feel a little anxious, wondering if I had made a mistake coming here. Just as I was starting to lose hope, my phone rang. It was Uncle Panache, calling to ask where I was. I told him I was at the station, and he said he was on his way to collect me. I waited for what felt like an eternity, watching as people bustled past me. Some greeted each other warmly, while others hurried along, their faces set in determined expressions. Finally, I saw a familiar face, Uncle Panache, his smile wide and welcoming. He enveloped me in a warm hug, clapping me on the back. "Welcome to Mandava, my boy," he exclaimed. "I am so glad you're here." As we walked through the city, I couldn't help but feel a sense of wonder. This was unlike any place I had ever been before. The streets were bustling, the markets vibrant, and the people so friendly. We passed by street vendors selling everything from fresh fruit to colorful fabrics. We walked through alleys lined with small shops and restaurants, the smells of delicious food wafting out into the air. Eventually, we arrived at Uncle Panash's house, a cozy little place on the outskirts of the city. I was greeted warmly by his family, who welcomed me with open arms. First, I greeted my auntie, who hugged me tightly and showed me to my room. Then, I met my cousins, who were eager to show me around and introduce me to their friends. As we sat down to a delicious meal, I felt a sense of gratitude and wonder. This city, these people, they were all so new and exciting to me. As the solar disk dipped beneath the horizon, Uncle Panache and I embarked on a nocturnal adventure, eager to experience the vibrant essence of Mandava. The city transformed before our eyes, its streets pulsating with an energetic dynamism that was both captivating and overwhelming. We strolled through the bustling thoroughfares, absorbing the sights and sounds of the city at night. The tower lights cast a luminous glow over the streets, illuminating the throngs of people who milled about, laughing and chatting with each other. The air was filled with the savory aromas of street food, the melodic sounds of music and laughter, and the sight of people dancing in the streets with abandon. As we walked, Uncle Panache regaled me with tales of the city's history and pointed out various landmarks, his knowledge and insight illuminating the rich cultural heritage of Mandava. We passed by groups of ghetto youths who eyed us with a mixture of curiosity and suspicion, their faces etched with the harsh realities of life in the ghetto. We saw sex workers, attired in revealing clothing, walking the streets and soliciting customers, their eyes gleaming with a hint of desperation. We saw vendors selling everything from food to clothes to music, their stalls aglow with colorful lights, their entrepreneurial spirit a testament to the city's indomitable energy. We walked through alleys lined with small bars and clubs, the sound of music and laughter filling the air, the smell of alcohol and tobacco wafting through the streets. We saw others dancing, their bodies moving to the rhythm of the music, their joy and abandon a testament to the city's infectious spirit. As we walked, I couldn't help but feel a sense of wonder and awe at the city's vibrant energy, its people, and its culture. The city was alive, and I was a part of it, my senses heightened, my spirit soaring. I knew that this was just the beginning of my journey in Mandava. We eventually made our way to a small bar, where Uncle Panache knew the owner, and we sat down at a table, ordering a round of drinks. We sat there for hours, talking and laughing, enjoying the night and each other's company, our spirits high, our hearts full of joy. I felt like I had known Uncle Panache my whole life, and I was grateful for the opportunity to experience this city with him, to share in his knowledge and wisdom, to learn from his experiences. We walked for hours, taking in everything that Mandava had to offer, our senses heightened, our spirits soaring. We saw people from all walks of life, each with their own story to tell, each with their own struggles and triumphs. We saw the beauty of the city and the struggles that people faced every day, the harsh realities of life in the ghetto, the resilience and determination of its people. As the night came to a close, Uncle Panache and I made our way back to his house, tired but happy from our adventure, our spirits high, our hearts full of joy. I knew that this was a night I would never forget, a night that would stay with me forever. A night that would shape my perspective, my understanding of the world, my appreciation for the beauty and complexity of human experience.